Hi, I'm Jennifer. I took part in the NAMI Basics On Demand course. I really liked reading other stories and sharing my own with this program. I felt less alienated and the guilt and blame lessened tremendously after each session. It was also helpful to see how the brain is affected within the limbic system with different mental disorders. It helped me understand why my daughter's judgment and reasoning is affected with her conditions. I also loved the fourth session about communication, using I statements and collaborative solutions. I used an I statement today and it totally helped. I feel much more empowered and confident as a result of taking this course. Thank you.
Hi, Don Parker here. I attended the NAMI Family to Family group this past year, and I may comment that it was very helpful for me as a NAMI facilitator, as well as a member of a family with mental health issues. And I got great insight from listening to the different folks around the table, so to speak, and was educated as to how I could proceed with my own family as well as myself and the groups I facilitate.
Hi, my name is Michelle Earl, and I was involved in the peer support in 2020. And so I felt like I got a lot of social support, and it helped me kind of debrief for the day, work for the next week. My counselor said she has seen a tremendous difference in me, which is a positive difference. I also felt very alone during the pandemic, and I didn't after getting involved in NAMI. Also, we started a game night, which provided socialization in a non-structured format, and just to have some fun with everybody and get to know each other a little bit better, so you didn't feel alone. And then I'm also involved in some other outside of Greater Indianapolis NAMI groups that have a journaling time.
Hi, I'm Maria, and
I'm Kelby.
And we are facilitators for a family support group. And one of our participants said, and might be familiar to some of you, said she finally felt like she was heard. And we thought, wow, that was a wonderful compliment for all of our participants, because every person is so important and they matter so much, and their stories are just heart-wrenching, uplifting, and they're just the greatest people ever.
I think that one of the greatest benefits of the family support group is when you come to a NAMI family support group, you feel so lost and so hopeless because you feel alone in the journey of dealing with a family member or loved one with a mental health condition. And after going to a few family support groups, you just feel like you're part of a community that understands the needs of those living with mental health conditions and supporting somebody that has a mental health condition. Understanding and navigating the system of mental health is so confusing sometimes, and being able to have access to people who understand the system, maybe are more familiar with resources, it's just so beneficial.
My name is Tisa Carroll, and I completed the Youth and Caregiver program. And I really appreciated this program because it taught me a lot about mental health needs of the community. It was a refresher to come in and speak with other youth and other caregivers about how they relate to mental health. We received lots of resources. My family received financial assistance, and it really recharged and rejuvenated my interest in mental health and giving back to my community.
Hi, I'm Michael Tompkins. I was a part of the Youth and Caregivers Workshop. And it is an awesome program. It benefited me and my family through some of the educational classes, learning how to communicate with each other. I was also able to find out through the classes different signs that my daughter was showing symptoms of depression. So through that, we were able to communicate, and I was able to get her some help. I think this would be beneficial to the Black community as well, because within the Black community, we find mental health as taboo, and through this workshop, it breaks those taboos down, and it explains it in awesome ways, so that we can all see that we're going through things, and we need to learn how to communicate and learn how to recognize them. And then we can get help through those workshops for support groups, and everybody wins.
Hi, my name is Ruthie Reyes, and I was involved in the Youth and Caregiving program this past summer, and it was a great program for me. It helped me get additional support for mental illness, and also more knowledge than I already had about what is mental health, how many diseases are they, and how I could be a support to my sister. I have a sister since I was 14 years old that has suffered from schizophrenia, and this was a great support for me on how to be there for her, how to support her, how to find resource for her. So this was a great opportunity, and I thank NAMI for it. Thank you. Hola, me llamo Ruthie Reyes y estoy aquí hoy para decirle del programa de jóvenes que estamos lidiando con personas con problemas mentales. Yo cogí este programa el año pasado y fue sumamente interesante para mí. Aprendí más cosas que yo lo pensaba, que ya yo lo sabía, lo entendía. Y eso me ayudó a mí entonces lidiar mejor con mi hermana. También tuvimos apoyo de diferentes personas y pude oír historias de diferentes personas que estaban pasando por lo mismo que yo estaba pasando con mi familia. Y este programa me ayudó entonces guiarme en una vía mejor para ayudarla a ella y para ayudar a más personas. Gracias.
Hi, my name is Waddell Hamer, and I am here to talk with you about mental wealth. Mental wealth is a program that was started in 2020 by myself, Julie, and a few other people. We talked about it and developed it, and are still in the process of developing it, because there's a need for mental health care and mental health support and treatment within African American and Latinx communities of Indianapolis. When you consider everything that we've been through this year with COVID, with a lot of the civil unrest, on top of just everyday struggles that a lot of us have, we felt that it was a need to reach the communities that in this day and age don't always have proper access and care and attention paid to them with their mental health concern. Me identifying as a Black man, this is something that is near and dear to my heart. Also, me as a therapist, this is something that is near and dear to my heart. We have launched it in one neighborhood, and we're in the process of developing it further to launch it in other neighborhoods throughout the city of Indianapolis. We've made connections with a few community leaders, and we're going to continue to make connections and continue to develop the program, because, as you know, mental health is a very important thing, and unfortunately, it is something that's overlooked in a lot of African American and Latinx communities. So that's what we're focusing on. If you have any other questions or concern, you can ask Julie for my email. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jill Connors, and I serve the NAMI community on the board of directors, as well as being research faculty at Indiana University School of Medicine. The COVID-19 pandemic and all its fallout has affected all of our lives in many ways, some good and some not so good. Yet we all share some commonalities around the impact it's had on mental health. Many of us can also appreciate the benefits of peer support during this time. I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about the impact of peer support on our frontline healthcare workers during the pandemic. In the fall of last year, NAMI partnered with the School of Medicine to also provide peer support groups to emergency medicine clinicians. Although the stressors they experienced may have been a bit different from you and I, and particularly those related to caring for COVID patients who are often separated from their family and loved ones during care, working long shifts with limited personal protective equipment, and fearing they may transmit the infection to their own families at home. But stressors were also similar in many ways, included being isolated from our usual support networks and facing great uncertainty with each new day. I think the benefits they received from participating in peer support groups is something that we can all relate to. I'd like to share a quote from one of the providers who participated in a peer support group. She said, "There's a uniformity in some of the things that we are anxious about and some of the things we are going through. So normalizing that takes the sting out of it a little bit. It doesn't go away, but it definitely makes it a little less painful to carry around on our own." And so I'd like to extend appreciation to NAMI for their support of our frontline providers and ask everyone to continue to support providers by getting vaccinated and doing the things we know are important to keeping ourselves, our families, and our communities safe. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Lindsay Deering, a co-lead for DAWN, Disabilities Awareness Network through Corteva AgriScience. NAMI Greater Indianapolis program helped us out immensely last year. DAWN had a virtual event last May for Mental Health Awareness Month and partnered with NAMI with their In Our Own Voice presentation with the NAMI Stigma-Free Company Initiative. This led to over 300 people within our North America region joining the call and several individuals emailing and speaking to me on how the event helped them in so many ways, as they no longer feel alone in their mental health struggles and or knowing how to care for a loved one that has mental health issues. Then in October, DAWN Indianapolis contributed $1,000, but raised over $2,000 in donations, which didn't just benefit NAMI. While we were asking for donations, we were also raising more awareness within our company about what NAMI is able to do as far as all the resources that they provide. NAMI of Greater Indianapolis and NAMI around the world provide so much support. We wouldn't have been able to come as far as we did last year without their help.
My name is Ernani Magalines. I'm a peer support specialist. What that means is that I help to provide support to people with mental health conditions, and I do it as someone who has a mental health condition myself. I have bipolar disorder, and I have a generalized anxiety disorder. And I have benefited a ton from NAMI Greater Indianapolis, and they have helped me personally with my own mental health experiences and coping. And then in particular, with Julie Hayden, the executive director, I've been connected with the research that is happening at the Indiana University emergency department, and we are doing research on people who go to the emergency department who are showing symptoms of a heart attack, but maybe who have an anxiety instead. So I've been participating in that effort in getting that going as a peer specialist and helping to prepare for the peer provided guided interactions. And that has been a great benefit to me. And I think it's been a great benefit to the community.
Hello, I'm Latoya Snorton. I am a patient partner for the online CBT Development Peer Support Group. My peer supporter specialist, Ernani, it was a pleasure being able to talk to him and have him as a peer supporter. He was a big help. He helped me gain a different outlook on things. It was very helpful to be able to vent to him and help me control my anxiety. Some of the stuff that I've been going through, he's went through it also. So we were able to help each other. You can talk to your family until you're blue in the face, but having someone on the outside that doesn't know you, it's easier for them to give you a better outlook on what you're going through the negative or the positive.
My name is Cheryl Nimps, and I have been actively involved with NAMI Indianapolis for almost 2 years as an interim voice presenter. In the beginning, I resisted volunteering. I knew it would mean coming out, so to speak. But the work I do as a presenter has been fulfilling in ways I didn't expect. It also helped me to grow as a person. But this photo voice project, Photo Voices of Recovery, has stretched me into a new level of vulnerability, speaking of the things I've always been afraid to share. The 4-part series I created with pictures and captions talk specifically about the fallout of living with psychosis for 2 years. The first side, Psychosis, My Pain. Once off the tiny pill that kept me sane, I became homeless in a strange city while hearing voices and out of touch with reality. I was taken advantage of and subsequently became pregnant twice. I was threatened with a knife and in a car accident rendered me unconscious with bruises and stitches. When arrested for loitering, I had the handcuffs pulled so tight, they felt like knives cutting into my skin. I felt like I was going to die when put in a chokehold at a psychiatric hospital. My few belongings were stolen and I was raped at least 5 times. Psychosis is a storm in your brain that causes so much damage and pain. Second slide, Psychosis, My Action. Unable to process all I endured while living with the symptoms of psychosis, I became a perpetrator of pain. Innocent lives were touched by my unresolved trauma and the disturbing box of insanity and voices I was living in. Like accidentally digging up an underground cable, a person in my vicinity, by their dress, age, or gender, might trigger a hot jolt of violence from me. I know this because I've looked at each incident over and over, trying to understand my guilt-ridden behavior. We as women are conditioned to suppress our intense emotions in order to squeeze into a culturally acceptable mold. But while living in a psychotic state, I had no filters or any way to process the rage building inside of me. That part of my brain was broken. Warning, mental health is important. Third slide, Psychosis, My Sadness. So sad that I will never be able to go back in time and apologize to the people I hurt. So sad that mental health is not a priority. It would save lives and so much money. So sad that it is extremely difficult for persons living in psychosis to be committed so they can receive help and crucial treatment. So sad that there are others like me, just one tiny pill away from sanity. When we face reality, we can change it. Fourth slide, Psychosis, my gift. If I had not had the good fortune of being involuntarily committed 25 years ago, I would still be homeless, begging on the streets, in prison with little or no treatment, caught in human trafficking, swallowed by drug addiction, or dead. The medication awakened me from my nightmare. Gradually, I gained stability, raised my 2 magnificent children, and now enjoy a beautiful granddaughter who brings me so much joy and light. There are treasures out of tragedy. Because of this project, I had the confidence to reach out to Pete Early, the author of Crazy, One Father's Journey Through America's Mental Health Crisis. He in turn asked me to write a blog for his website. I gained courage to take a class to become a facilitator for More Photo Voice Project. This project helped me to fine-tune my story and reach a larger audience, but only because of the teamwork involved. My team or tribe provided a safe place to be vulnerable. I'm so grateful for the connections I have made. Their stories also taught me so much and increased my knowledge, awareness, compassion, and empathy for others.